All right, welcome, welcome. I am live. This is Stephanie, and I'm going live right now. You should be able to hear and see me, but I will do those checks on my end as well. As you join me, go ahead and comment, share where you're logging in from and what you do. Even if you're tuning into the replay, I do get those notifications, and I'm able to come back at some point and respond to your comments here. And especially if you have questions, I'm always able to come back and respond to those. So let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Share with me what you do. And as I go through, if you have questions, do let me know. But I'm going to check on my end here to make sure. All right, so you would have heard that feedback. That was me turning up the volume on my end and checking things. Let's see. All right. So I'm able to hear myself and I'm able to see myself. And I did do the everyone tag so that you can find this live stream easily. I know some of you are tuning in or coming over from the email that I sent out ahead of time. So if you're here from that email, you got the notification, welcome to you as well. And again, as you join me, let me know where you're logging in from, what you do, and share hashtag live. If you have any questions, do let me know. So you're in at the right place if you are here to learn how to position yourself as the authority in your industry and call in more of your high-end clients, all right? Because that's what I'm going to be diving into today. So comment below if you're here for that. Comment below authority if you can relate to this, if you get this, if this is something that you're looking to achieve, all right? So I wanted to start off today by kind of diving into or leading with just making sure that we're on the same page as it relates to your high-end clients. And so many of you have your one-on-one offers. You have at least a one-on-one offer, and you may have a couple of other ways that people can work with you, whether in a lower priced one-on-one offer. So you have your high-end one-on-one offer, which is probably 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months. And you have possibly a lower end offer where somebody can work with you for a 1-hour strategy session or a 90-minute session or something along those lines. And you probably also have a group offering where you're working with your clients one-to-many and maybe even a membership, right? But as it relates to your high-end offers, I'm talking about those offers that's premium, that your clients can work with you for an extended period of time and really go through your whole process, your whole framework, your whole methodology to go from where they are to a complete transformation through really digging deep into that problem, that stuck point, that thing that has been holding them back. And not just getting support from you for a season, but really getting support from you hands-on, as well as having the tools that they need to be able to continually experience transformation, experience that after effect, experience that other side of where they were when they first came to work with you. So that's what I mean in terms of your high-end offer, in terms of the way that people are working with you and the time that it takes. And it could also be a mastermind, right? That's also a high-end offer. And I'm also referring to those offers that you have that are priced anywhere from $3K to $5K to $10K to even $15K or more, okay? So that's what I mean in terms of price point. So if you're watching this and you have an offer where people can work with you one-on-one and really dive deep and get full transformation from working with you, and your offer is priced anywhere from $3K upwards, then you're going to find this very helpful, very useful. This is for you, especially if you're a coach. Naturally, well, not naturally, but if you're a coach that's been in business for at least 3 years, you're probably encountering some of the problems that I'm going to mention today. You most likely have worked with people in your one-on-one offers before you have sold it, okay? But maybe you're in a season where you're not booking enough of those offers or as many as you have the capacity for. So you're able to work with more of your high-end clients. You're able to serve them and support them fully but you're not booked. You don't have the complement in terms of the number of those one-on-one clients that, or your mastermind clients that you're able to work with. And as a result, because you've naturally priced this in so that you know that if you have 5 one-on-one clients right now, you're going to be at a certain income level with the payment plan with recurring payments each month. And right now, you're not at that point. So naturally, you have room to be able to work with more clients so that you can bring revenue and sales up to a certain level where the expenses are being paid, you are being paid, you can reinvest in the business, you can reinvest in yourself in terms of coaching and other business development initiatives. Okay. So if you can relate to that, this is especially for you as well. All right. So again, let me know that you're here, that you're tuning in, post or comment with #live to let me know that you're here, you're joining me, you can hear me. If this is ringing true for you, especially with any of the pointers that I shared just now, I'd love to hear from you as well. All right. So in case you are new here, because I know there's lots of new faces here, especially just in this past week, I welcomed over 300 people to my community, some of them on my email list, some of them here in the Facebook group and other social media platforms. So if you're here, you're new, you're seeing this for the first time, welcome. If you've been here for a few months, you would have probably come in through one of the events that I've hosted or one of my speaking engagements. Welcome to you as well. If you haven't had a chance to tune into one of these live streams, welcome. Or if you're coming back, welcome to you as well. So for those of you who are new to me, let me share who I am. I'm Stephanie Treasure, Authority Marketing Strategist and Business Coach, and I work with women coaches and consultants, supporting them to stand out as an authority in their industry and really become the go-to expert that their clients want to work with and are willing to pay their rates, okay? I help you to create that authority status, that authority factor in your business, and call in more of your aligned clients, especially through your messaging. Call in more of your targeted leads, host events, conversion events, fill them with people in terms of who's signing up, who's interested, and convert those people into clients, and rather create a sales process, a sales funnel that gets your ideal clients coming in the door, gets them warmed up to the work that you do and tuned in and locked in terms of the transformation that you can support them to achieve and get them in your programs. I've supported my clients to achieve milestone 10K months, as well as milestone multiple 5-figure launches and get on track to 6 figures per year in their business. And I'm on a mission to help more of my clients, more of you accomplish those milestones. My strong belief in what I've seen happen is once you're able to call in that first 10K month, right? We're able to, and once you can see it's possible from a mindset standpoint, so mindset wise as well as strategy, we're able to put the systems in place to repeat 10K months in your business so that it becomes a new norm and get you to 6 figures in your business so that you can scale beyond that. All right. So I am excited to give you a peek into what that looks like today through what I'm going to be sharing with you on how to position yourself as an authority and call in more of your high-end clients. So I'm going to share 3 key points with you. And then I'm going to be sharing with you pretty exciting an opportunity for you to sit down with me on Zoom one-on-one and go through one of my authority marketing audit sessions. This session is game changer. Usually when you come into this session, you walk away with insight, strategy, clarity, and you also get some things. Excuse me. Let me mute myself here. Okay, so you also get some action steps that you can implement right away, so that you can start to see the shift in how people are responding to you, how they're finding you on social media, and how they're responding, how they're taking action on your content, getting you to bring in more inquiries, all right, from your aligned right fit clients. All right. So I'm going to be sharing with you more about those authority marketing audits, as well as how you can get on my calendar this week to benefit from one of those audits with me, so that we can have my eyes on your business and give you some clarity, as I mentioned, some strategy, some action steps that you can implement right away, as well as what you can implement in order to bring in the kind of leads, fill your one-on-one or your higher end programs, and be able to be at your target, or at least your next level goal income. That could be your first milestone or your first or next 10K month, and be able to develop from there into 6 figures per year in your business. All right. So very exciting. All right. So let's dive in. So in order to position yourself as the authority and and be able to call in more of your high-end clients. So position yourself as the authority in your industry, that is, and be able to call in more of your high-end clients. The number one way to do that, the number one way to do that is through speaking, right? This is the number one way that I have found to up level your authority status that just works. Okay. This is my go-to strategy to get the name out there for my business, to expand my reach, to be able to call in my right fit aligned clients. And you're looking at somebody who has changed business models at least 3 times. And each time that I have done so, I have led with speaking, getting on stages with my new messaging, my new format, talking to the new audience that I'm looking to reach, and bringing them into my new funnels so that I can bring them into my new programs. Speaking is the number one way to do that. All right. So with speaking, especially with the way that technology is right now, there are so many different ways that you can do that. You can speak on live stages, which I've done. You can speak on live stages locally. You can speak on international stages, which I've done as well. And you can also speak on virtual stages, which I've also done, right? So that can look like speaking for conferences, speaking for, business seminars. It could be speaking for at a networking function that has gathered your ideal clients. If they have a guest speaker, you could pitch to speak there. Get with the event marketing person and see if there's room for your kind of expertise. It could be speaking on summits in terms of virtually now. It could be speaking on summits. It could be speaking on podcasts, a myriad of ways that you can speak and show up powerfully as the authority in your niche and call in more of your ideal high ticket clients. Make sense? And what you want to make sure that you do in order to really effectively have this work for you is you want to create a signature talk, right? Something that will really appeal and inspire and get at the heart of not only the pain or the issues that your ideal clients face, but what it can look like to have a transformation, how they can get transformation, what life would look like, how will things be different, how will things change, how has things changed for your ideal client who has gone through your past clients who has gone through your process and now are in a different place, a better place because of your support. You want to weave, these are some of the things that you want to weave in your signature talk so that whenever you hit that stage, whether virtual or real, your people can hear you clearly. They can identify with where your ideal clients are starting, where they come from, what they present with, and they can certainly imagine and lock in and identify with the possibility of what it would look like to have transformation afterwards. Make sense? So you want to create, if you're going to really implement this strategy, the first thing is to create a signature talk that's on topic, on point, that weaves in all those points, pain point as well as vision, the vision of what they're looking to achieve, so that they can hear you and feel you and really get plugged into what you're saying during your speaking engagements, right? And getting started with speaking is really, it can be very simple. Once you're plugged into your industry, in terms of organizations, in terms of groups, in terms of being on LinkedIn, and showing up and sharing your expertise, you'll get inquiries coming out of the blue because of how you're showing up, as well as whenever you make a pitch, it will fall on in the laps of people who, if they do a simple Google search or a simple social media search, will be able to find you showing up powerfully as an expert and be able to say an easy yes to having you present your talk at their event, right? So visibility and showing up and sharing content in various forms is part of it. And I'm going to dive more into that in what I'm sharing with you today. But speaking is the number one way that I have found that enables you to show up as the number one authority, the go-to expert in your niche and in your industry. And the thing is, when you call people in, when you show up like this and you endeavor to bring people into your funnel, when you show up as an authority, you show up powerfully, as a leader, somebody who is a force to be reckoned with in your industry, you're going to call in the hottest leads. And what I mean is the lead who, having heard you speak, right? Again, they were able to relate to the starting point of your ideal clients. They were able to opt themselves in and read themselves into the fact that this is them. They're in part of that before stage, right? Various stages that your client may come to you at. They can relate and resonate with being at that place. And they're also very much inspired and can lock into that vision, that transformation that your clients achieve and say, yes, this is where I'm headed as well. And I see this person giving this talk who knows where I am, knows where I'm going, or knows what I want to achieve. I see them as the expert. When they take the next step and follow you, Google you while they're sitting there listening to your talk, or click on the link that you have told people, to say, hey, you want to get my free gift? Go to this link. They're able to go there and enter, and come into your funnel, and they're coming in hot because they see the potential, they see the possibilities for themselves after having heard you speak. All right. This is a person who's on a mission to accomplish that vision that you've so eloquently painted for them in your signature talk, right? They're motivated, they're bought in, they're pre-sold into working with you. Make sense? So that's one of the reasons, or those are a few of the reasons why speaking as a way to bring in your ideal clients and really position yourself as an authority in your industry. That's a few reasons why it is so powerful. It's powerful for bringing in clients, and it's also powerful for attracting more opportunities, more speaking engagements, which will expose you to more of your audience so that you can bring in more of those high ticket clients, those high end clients. Are you with me on this? Let me know if this is making sense. Go ahead and give me a wave emoji, or yes, or say authority, because we're talking about positioning yourself as an authority in your niche, right? So continuing, I want to share with you the strategy that most coaches seem to overcomplicate that increases your reach and positions you as the go-to in your industry, right? And that is collaboration or collaborating, right? Entering into joint, some people call it joint venture agreements, joint venture relationships, collaborating, or finding collaborating partners and getting together with other colleagues in your industry in order to reach more of your audience, right? And I say that some people overcomplicate this because collaborations, there's various levels to it, right? There's very advanced collaborations. I don't follow Marie Forleo that much. Well, I don't follow her at all. But there was a time that I did, and I apparently followed a lot of her people in her community because I've been on the receiving end of a lot of her affiliate marketing whenever she's going to launch B School, right? So B School, her program, her flagship program. So I'll get the emails, I'll see the social media marketing and messages from people who are saying, hey, join B School, or hey, Maria Forleo is having this challenge, or she's doing this and she's doing that, and enticing you to come into her programs. And that is a form of collaboration at work, right? But the reason why I say it, so some coaches overcomplicate it because it really is collaboration. At the heart of it is you or someone or a group of coaches or a group of experts or people in your niche coming together as a group or as a party of two, right? To deliver an experience, whether an event or a simple live stream on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or on YouTube, in order to reach your combined audience. It's really providing content for the combined audience of the people involved. So that could be me getting together with somebody who has an Instagram following. I have an Instagram following, they have one, and we get together, and it could be a fellow business coach, right? But a business coach who, maybe it's a business coach who specializes in branding, and I'm a business coach who specializes in authority marketing and visibility marketing. And we come together to have a conversation, which is going to be streamed on both of our profiles, on some of the top tips or the big mistakes that we see happening in the industry as it relates to our combined expertise. So our audiences will both see that, which will, for those that are not following the other, they'll now come into knowing of who the other person is and and start following their content. Another level of collaborating is hosting a summit, right? You host a summit and you bring together different experts in various areas of expertise to deliver content on a main umbrella theme to your combined audiences. Again, it's a great way to grow your list combined, right? Because of the combined reach, the reach of all the parties involved, which some of your audiences may have overlaps, but they're not going to be exposed to the work or the knowledge of all the experts, and especially you that's taking part in this. So you bring in new leads, you bring in a more aligned audience because you've come together to share on an area that your audience is interested in, and you've brought these experts to help you share that message with your audience. All right. So this collaboration, one of the power of it, part of the power of it, in addition to growing your leads, is that it exposes you or positions you as an expert, because you are coming together alongside these other leaders, these other experts, these other influencers in your industry, in your niche, right? And each of them has a following that sees them as an expert. So seeing you pictured alongside them, seeing you speak alongside them, also brings you into light as an expert. Okay, their first exposure to you is through that expert that they're already following, who's saying, hey, Stephanie has invited me to this event. She's up to great things. It's going to be me alongside these other people as well. You should definitely check this out, right? So it really allows you to piggyback on the combined expertise and influence and leadership of all the people that have come together in this summit, whether you're hosting or appearing in another summit. But like I said, in its very simplest form, you could right now, after this live stream, invite a colleague or a friend, somebody that you've met at a networking event recently where you discover that your audience has an overlap, although you're both delivering different kinds of expertise or different services to that audience, and say, hey, let's have a live stream. Let's do a panel live stream, both of us, on Instagram tomorrow. And you send an email to your list today, or post on Instagram, or where you're going to be doing the live stream, and say, hey, check me out tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a live stream with this person all about X, right? All about, not X the platform, but all about, a specific topic, fill in the blank for whatever area in your expertise or trend that's happening in your industry that you're both going to discuss. Make sense? So you get a chance to be positioned alongside that other person, and you get a chance to spread your message on a platform that you haven't spoken on before, because now you're on, you're sharing the message, or you're sharing the platform of your colleague, your collaboration partner, right? Getting in front of more people, spreading your message, talking about your area of expertise, talking about this trend or what's happening in the industry, all of that, right, puts your voice forward and positions you as an authority, as a leader, as an influencer, as somebody who's on the cutting edge of what's happening right now, and must be bringing that to your client experience, to your offers as well. Make sense? You see how that works? Let me know if this is hitting home for you, if this is making sense. Hey, Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me. Hey, Christina, thank you for joining me. All right. Let me get back to my notes. All right, so the third thing that I want to share with you is the most avoided strategy, all right, that gives the most bang for your time and energy, that will bring in inquiries out of the blue for your offers. Okay, get ready for this one. And again, this is the third point that I'm sharing as it relates to how to position yourself as the authority in your industry and call in more of your high-end clients. So here's the most avoided strategy. It is video marketing. All right. And I have been there, right? Coming from the days before live streams, like I'm doing now, where I don't get a chance to do multiple takes or to fix things or to, edit, introduce edits and do all these things. I'm live and direct with you right now. As you could see earlier, I had a little frog's throat. I had to mute and clear my throat. If I was doing the video, I would have done it. It wouldn't even have been the wiser that I had an issue, because that would have been a pre-recorded video. But video marketing is one of the best ways to showcase your expertise, to talk about what's happening with your clients, what's happening in your industry, the power of the framework that you offer your clients, the way that you bring your clients from soup to nuts, the way that you work with them, why you do things a certain way, and how it has been powerful for your clients, whatever the case might be. Removed from, the next best thing, or better, I would say, than video marketing is of course my number one point, which is speaking, where you're doing this live. But when you create videos, and there's so many ways to do videos right now, as you can see, you can do videos that are longer form for your YouTube channel. You can do videos that are short form on TikTok, on Instagram, on stories of all the various platforms. You can do video and post them on LinkedIn. There's so many ways to get video content out there. And video content, as you know, is evergreen. And especially when you put that video content on YouTube, which is a search engine in and of itself, it allows your content to be found organically by more of your ideal clients who are sitting at their computers and searching, looking for answers, looking for support, looking for somebody like you who gets them there before, in terms of their pain and their vision point in terms of the kind of transformation that they want to achieve. they're searching for this online and they can find it through your video content. And there's also those people who would have seen you in either at a speaking engagement, whether virtual or in person, or they saw you on a collaboration and they're wanting to hear more from you. Again, they're not only are they going to search as relates to just their issue, but they're going to search to find out where you have been speaking about that issue, and they'll be able to easily find your videos, because like I said, when they search for you, they'll most likely see your video marketing pieces on YouTube before they'll see it on your website, because YouTube will rank higher than your website since it's so well known and more trafficked platform. They could find you on TikTok as well if you have an account there. They can find you on LinkedIn, they can find you on Instagram, right? So you want to make sure that you incorporate video as a key marketing tool. Work this into your cadence, whether again you want to get this out on TikTok, if that's that's your wheelhouse, you like it, you feel like you show it better there, or getting it so that's short form, or getting it out long form on YouTube, putting it on your Facebook page, and being sure that people can find your video content easily. It positions you as an expert when done right. And it really warms people up to who you are and what you stand for and how you relate to people, your knowledge of your industry, your knowledge of your clients' pain points, and your experience in terms of getting them results. All right. So you really want to leverage this and use it to the best extent by making sure that you put out the kind of video content that will show you as an expert. Interviews with your clients in terms of where they were when they started working with you and what you've been able to achieve. Talking about trends happening in the marketplace, talking about or answering the frequently asked questions, or doing videos like I'm doing right now, where you're sharing with people how they can accomplish a particular goal that that your clients want to achieve. Make sense? So I'm a strong advocate of video marketing. It has allowed me to bring in inquiries out of the blues. That can happen for you as well. Has allowed me to land speaking engagements, again, where people approach me out of the blues. It has allowed my audience to warm up to me, who by the time they write the email or book that session to speak with me, they have already watched like 10 videos. And by the time we get on the call, they're like, oh, I saw your videos. Or if I'm saying something, they're like, yeah, I remember that when you said it in your video, right? They've already seen the content. They've already watched it. They're already pre-sold into working with me, which allows me to close my sales calls that much easier, easier and quickly, right? So this can be your reality as well. And these are some of the things that it fills my day and brightens my day. And as you can see, I'm getting so worked up over this or not worked up, but really showing my passion on this topic, because this is at the heart of the work that I do. And this is what allows my clients to achieve amazing results. And I celebrate those results with them. As I mentioned, I've supported my clients to achieve 10K months, 10K launches, multiple 5-figure launches, be able to bring in 60 leads in under a week, be able to book high impact speaking engagements from the strategies that I'm sharing right here in this live stream. All right. So I want to share something pretty special with you. I am this week hosting Authority Marketing Audits. One of the ways that I get or at the core of how I support my clients to achieve the kind of results that I mentioned is that I use an authority-driven marketing framework, right? That allows you to show up very powerfully, allows you to have the kind of messaging that just hits home with your clients. They don't have to wonder if you're speaking to them, what kind of work you do, who you work with, what it would look like. You just have that messaging that clicks and really speaks to the heart of what they're thinking, right? I share with my clients how to bring in their targeted leads, as well as how to bring more clients into their program through specific sales processes and sequences, as well as launches that convert. Okay, so if you want to get a peek into how this framework works and how it can work in your business, this authority market audit, right? These sessions that I've opened up this week, these audits are just right for you. So you'll know that this is for you. I'll repeat what I said earlier in case you're just joining me. This is going to be perfect for you if you've been in business, even if you haven't been in business for 3 years, but you do have a core offer that has been selling, it has sold. It's okay if it's not selling right now as you'd like, which is why we're going to have this call so that you can find out where the bottleneck is, what's missing, and what you need to shift or change or work on in order to call in more of those clients. But I'd love to speak to you if you have a core offer, a high-end offer that's anywhere from, that starts at 3K to work with your clients, and you haven't been able to sell it as much as you'd like. You're certainly not at the complement that is desired in terms of the number of clients that you have the capacity to work with, right? So it's perfect for you if that's you. If you're looking to get more visible, if whenever I say position yourself as an authority in your niche, you probably are asking yourself the question, would I say I'm an authority? I know I'm excellent at what I do. I'm an amazing coach. I do have a framework, or I do have a way that I work with my clients that gets some results. But yeah, I don't know if I would use the word authority, right? You don't know how to put yourself out there where you're showing up boldly and powerfully in your experience, in your amazingness, in your truth, in your expertise, right? You're not quite sure how to stand up firmly in that and powerfully and boldly call in your ideal clients. Yes, you've been able to bring in referrals. Yes, you may get some people who have come into your funnel, who have opted in for the freebie, who have signed up for the your clarity call and have said yes, but that's not happening as much as you'd like, not as frequently as you like, and you're not working with the number of clients that you'd like to work with, right? And you want to know what you need to optimize, what you need to work on to bring in more of those people. This audit session is perfect for you. So we'll be on the call 45 minutes, for about 45 minutes. We'll look at how you're showing up, what your cadence is, what are you doing to be visible on a regular basis, what you're doing to call in your leads, and what you're doing to make asks of your audience in order to get them in your program. So we'll look at all of those things. And then I'm going to share with you the next steps that you need to take to get on track with optimizing those items in your system that we have established to be weak links that's keeping you from where you need to be, and what you need to do to optimize that and be on firmer footing in order to call in more results. Then I'm going to share with you, and you're going to be excited to hear about this, my Authority Momentum Mentorship program, where I'm supporting my clients to at least double their income within 90 days and or get to your 10K month milestone in your business, and be able to have the framework in place to be able to repeat that and get on track to 6 figures in your business, right? It's a 12-week program. There is a 13th week that's tacked on, that's going to be a full planning session where we're going to look at all your offers, or at least if you only have one offer, what else can we roll out in terms of a second offer? Another way, most likely a group offer, where you can also be supporting clients, right, at a different level. We're going to look at that, as well as what you need to be doing to market, what you need to be doing in terms of getting visible, what you need to do in terms of conversion events, what you need to do in terms of pricing of your existing offer, whether that needs to be increased, as well as pricing of your group offer, and how we're going to roll that out, pretty much map out your marketing plan for 2026 so that you can be on track for your goal revenue next year, right? So you get a chance to finish this quarter strong, having overcome the blocks, the bottlenecks, the stop points that has been keeping you back from being at capacity with your high-end offer, right? We want to pretty much have that problem solved right here in last quarter, and also develop some momentum towards what you're going to be doing, momentum and achievement in this quarter, as well as for what you're about to bring in next year as well, right? We don't want to start a new year on a three-legged chair, right? You want to be operating on with all full cylinders firing on a firm foundation, and being very, very clear on what you're going to be able to bring about. And the good thing about us working in this quarter on through the authority-driven framework, not only are you going to be able to get results here, but you're going to get data as it relates to what works best to convert clients in your programs, so that you know what to focus and concentrate on in 2026 in order to achieve your goals. Make sense? So if you'd like to get on the phone with me and take advantage of one of these audits, go ahead and comment below with the word audit. I'll comment here as well so that you can copy and paste that. Go ahead and comment with the word audit, or message me here privately on Facebook. I'll let you know what my availability is, and we'll get on a call to speak this week and get your authority marketing session, get you, on track to what you're bringing about this quarter. And I'll talk to you more about the Authority Momentum Mentorship. All right. So if you don't have any questions, all right, Christina says, I'm not there yet. I plan to use video marketing as you described. Let me know what you mean by I am not there yet. You can always comment below. I mean, you can always reach out to me privately. Let me know what your business is about, where you're at, what you're up to, what your offers look like. And then, like I said, we can see if you want to get scheduled for an audit, and we can take it up even further from there. So feel free to message me. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Also, I know some of you will be watching this from the replay. I'm talking to you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for giving this your time. And I hope you got value from this. And let's go ahead and get your audit, your authority marketing audit booked, so that you can benefit from this, get some clarity, know what you need to do to make this next quarter a phenomenal one, end 2025 strong. This could be, of the 4 quarters this year, this can actually be your best quarter yet, right? And that certainly will position you for your best year yet, or at least to date anyway, because we're always going to be going, if you're anything like me, and usually that's the kind of people that I attract in this community, you're always growing, always looking to improve upon what you've done before, always excelling. So let's get this quarter being the best one in the books so far, as we work to make the next quarter, Q1 2026, and subsequent quarters even better than the ones before. All right. I've seen my clients do it. I've been helping them in my programs through my authority-driven marketing framework, and I know I can support you as well. I'm happy to do it. Book your audit. Let's talk about your business. Let's talk about the mentorship program and see where it takes us. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, I'm not sure if I am streaming. Okay. All right, bye.